Good afternoon, morning, evening, or after morning. I am the Mainly Digger, and in this video, I'm not digging or metal detecting, but I am doing a review on a knife that I've always wanted to review, which is the Smith & Wesson HRT. See, Smith & Wesson HRT. I've always wanted this knife. It's an eBay find. I find all my good knives on eBay, and normally the price ranges. I got it for $10 with another knife, so I was pretty happy. $10 total. That includes shipping. So eBay find. Anyway, I've always liked Smith & Wesson. I like their guns. I like their knives. They are American made, but I don't think their knives are. They've gone back and forth. If you know the history of Smith & Wesson in the 90s and 80s, or 80s and 2000s, that you know that American made is it's gone back and forth. There's been some disputes. Anyway, I've never had an issue with their steel. I've not, and I love this knife. So, all right. So this is the Smith & Wesson HRT. HRT stands for Hostage Rescue Team. What makes it stand out, besides it being awesome, is that this sheath. It's a leather sheath, and it's pretty cool looking. And not only is it pretty cool looking, it's durable. It's like that old school 90s, 80s leather sheath making, where it lasts for 20 years. I think my dad still has sheaths from the 80s that he uses. Anyway, not the point, but it has, what I like is it has this belt clip right here. So you can put it on your belt or somewhere else and slide it in, and it kind of have a concealed carry. It's also a boot knife. It's considered a boot knife. But I also like this right here. This clip. Technical, it's serial number, not serial number, but its number is SWHRT 9B. So that's Smith & Wesson Hostage Rescue Team 9B, or Smith & Wesson HRT 9B. The handle is, it's just a comfortable handle. It is good. And this one's used, I got it off eBay. They're normally they range. I've seen them from $20 to $40, depending on the year. I got this one, I think, for like $10. Love eBay. The handle is light, but what I really like is it has a full tang. So the tang goes all the way back. So the blade and the tang is complete. One piece. So this is really considered a dagger. Smith, I like this steel, like that. But the steel is, you can feel like if you drop it in the night and you don't cut yourself, you can still feel like, okay, that is the knife that I dropped that I'm looking for. It's amazing. It's an awesome knife. It is a high carbon steel, which is 440C. So 440C steel, which is high carbon steel. It's not the top-notch steel, but it's really good steel. So like I said, it's full tang. This is the spear point, this is called a spear point. It looks like a spear. Double-edged. Feel the quality in the knife when you hold it. I also wanted to mention that this blood groove right here is awesome. This blood groove. It's a boot knife, supposedly. Or just a pocket knife, depending on the state that you live in. For throwing wise, it is I mean, it makes for a good throwing knife. Would I throw it? Because you're gonna, no. 'Cause you're gonna bend the blade. I have thrown it. Uh, but it'd be perfect. It's perfect weight for a throwing knife. I will say that. Perfect weight for a throwing knife. But it's just an awesome little knife. Would I take it hunting? Knife really isn't meant for anything more than tactical purposes, knife fighting. I mean, it's meant military or tactical purposes. That's the only, like, I'm not going to take this out hunting, or I might not. I wouldn't try to take this out. I'm not going to skin an animal with this. Although I would say that having this handle material, great for not slipping. But I mean, it could skin an animal, but would I try? No, absolutely not. Versus the other knives that I have. I try to do a comparison. So what I mean by I wouldn't use it for hunting, it's, it's not, I don't think it is meant to be used as a hunting knife. Here I have a Rogan knife, and it's definitely would use this for hunting. Use it for skinning. It is a work knife. Chopping, I would definitely use this as a survival type of knife because it's heavy. I can chop things with it. I can chop through bone, through wood. I definitely could skin an animal with it. I love this knife too anyway. But just a comparison, I guess, of two knives that I really love. Two knives that they're just different. They're just have different purposes. So my review of this knife is that it is an amazing knife. The steel is awesome. Awesome steel. Or would I use it for hunting? Probably not. I mean, it can be. You can use it to skin things, but it's meant for tactical purposes. And even in the military, in the field, I probably would I mean, on field operations, probably not. Probably not. I might take it on field operations in the military because you always need a knife. Or as a survival knife, absolutely not. A throwing knife, awesome throwing knife, absolutely. Make sure you have some practice throwing before you start throwing it. But everyday carry, yeah, I don't see why not. Some states, depending on the state, legality of the state, they don't do concealed knives. They don't like concealed knives. So labeling it as a boot knife, I would not label that, depending on the state. That's all I'm saying. It's a knife. It's a good knife. It's an awesome knife. Good steel. Wouldn't use it to hunt with, or survival. I guess it's not. Like I said, I have my other knives for that. Bougie. First world problems. Mainly digger out.